Let's see. Okay, so yes, just to remind everyone that this meeting is being recorded now. And so welcome to Kunal, first of all, and thank you very much for being with us and giving us this talk. It's really a privilege to have you here because you have a lot of experience working in the financial industry, as you've seen in the announcement that we made in Ola. So everyone saw that Kunal has over 13 years of experience working in the financial industry here in London, working for asset management companies, so in the buy side, but also working in, he also has some experience working in the sell side also. For more, I will leave it to Kunal. But before that, I and Kunal used to work together for Principal Global Investors. That's back in 2012 in one of the companies. So that's where we got to know each other. And yeah, he's also a good friend of mine now. So over to you, Kunal. Thank you very much again for doing this. Thank you.
When I tell people that I work in asset management, they always assume that I must be a trader earning insane amount of money. I must be very smart. I must be some sort of a mathematical wizard. Let me make that very clear. None of that is true. I remember very clearly when I was in 12th grade, my math tutor told me, Kunal, I think it's best if you skip the lesson on probability. Not because I knew it very well. It was purely because I just could not understand for the life of me what was going on in that chapter. So cut to chase, I'm not a mathematical wizard, not even close. But that did not stop me from having a successful career in the financial industry. And today I will share with you how I got there and what it took. And on your screen, you can see the agenda for today. These are some of the areas we will cover. We will talk about the difference between buy side and sell side. We will talk about different areas a typical investment management firm offer you to work in. What are the key skill sets as students you can add on to your CV that will really give you edge over the other candidates? Rough guide to compensation in this industry. We can talk about that, and also how to explore these opportunities. So these are the things that we will cover. But before that, a quick introduction about myself, so you know who I am and you know me better. I was born and brought up in Mumbai and graduated in business studies from University of Mumbai. Anybody from Mumbai here?
Yeah.
Oh, nice.
Hi.
We have some people. Yeah.
Very nice. Let me tell you guys, for the benefit of everybody in the room, Mumbai is the only city in the world where there is no winter. There's only summer and monsoon and 2 weeks of not feeling insanely hot. My friends from Mumbai, do you agree?
Yeah.
Yes.
Yes. So that's the type of place we've come from. The motivation for me to move to London was not to make a great career, was to escape the Mumbai heat. And my career was just a byproduct of that. So as you can see in that path on your screen, I did my bachelor's in commerce from Mumbai University. That's an equivalent of bachelor's in business studies up in UK. After that, I was lucky enough to get into JP Morgan. JP Morgan have a very big office set up in Mumbai. They've outsourced a lot of their back office custodian operations there. After spending a year with JP Morgan, I decided I want to do an MBA and started looking for different places where I can do an MBA from. And I know you would ask, why Scotland and why Sterling? Back in 2008 and 9, Scotland was all the rage for one simple reason. They had come up with a fresh talent scheme, which meant any international student studying in Scotland will receive a 2-year work permit in the UK. So that was enough to convince me. There were a lot of good universities in Scotland, so I looked at the rankings table, compared the fee structure, and decided Sterling was the winner. It was a great course. I met people from all around the world, probably like you guys are in your course. I had some really inspiring tutors. It was overall a very good experience. After my MBA, what followed was one of the toughest phase of my life. I graduated in September 2008, and this was, if you guys remember it, this was also the time when the Great Recession started to unfold. Lehman Brothers had just collapsed. Hundreds were getting fired in the London city. And here I was looking for a great career with no UK experience and a very thick Indian accent. So to say the least, it was challenging. To sustain myself, I did all sorts of odd jobs. I worked at call centers, sold BT broadband to strangers on the street. I worked at McDonald's flipping burgers, and I did this for nearly 1 year. And one thing I did not stop doing all that while was applying for jobs. I did that consistently 3 to 4 hours every week, and after 6 months, I had done zero interviews. I realized I must be doing something wrong. I tweaked my resume, changed my cover letter, read tons of articles online on how to deal with recruiters, and also approached the firms directly. But one thing I did not do is did not give up. It was simply not an option for me. 6 months has now turned into a year. I gradually start getting some interview calls, and eventually I landed up 3 job offers within a span of 2 weeks. And out of those three, I chose Principal Global Investors, who are a boutique investment manager based in London, where I met Alban. He was my senior colleague. I was probably one of your first students, Alban. He trained me very patiently and answered all my stupid questions. And I'll probably share some of those learnings with you today. So after Principal Global Investors, I've worked with 3 different companies, making some progress along the way. Uh, the key theme of the career has been to keep learning. I did a few courses that kept my resume attractive to the recruiters. Looking forward into the future, the goal is to sustain and grow my career, continue to upskill, most importantly, focus on doing things that I enjoy. So I hope that gives you a little bit of snapshot into my life so far, and hopefully you can relate to what I speak much better.